So, all right, that was my athletic career in high school. All right, at this time, I'm going to welcome up Donna Tesh.
Good evening. My name is Donna Tesh. I graduated from the University of Texas with a degree in accounting. I'm a member of the St. Anthony's Catholic Church. I have 4 children. I have 2 in college and 2 students at Columbus High School. I'm married to Bruce Tesh. Bruce and I have several businesses within Colorado County. I have served on the St. Anthony School Board for 1 term, which I really learned a lot. I'm currently the Columbus Athletic Booster Club president, and I would like to share with you all tonight the reasons that I believe in running for the school board. I believe very strongly in the great educational system. It is our duty to see the citizens of this community and the students of CISD are provided with the service and responsibilities they need and more, and more importantly, deserve. Number 2, I believe in the youth of today, and I especially believe in the great group of kids at CISD. They are the future leaders of our city, state, and nation. I will strive to provide them with all the necessary skills to be able to become those leaders. Number 3, I want to be the voice of the staff, teachers, and students at CISD. There are a lot of good ideas from these people in the trenches. Working with the school board and the administration, we can achieve academic excellence. Before I leave from up here tonight, as you can tell, I'm very nervous. I'm going to leave you with a quote that my dad always told me, anything I walked off to do. He said, we must remind young people the best books are yet to be written, the best paintings, the best government, and the best of everything is yet to be done, and it's to be done by them. So I just strongly believe in the youth of our community. So that's all. Now I'm going to get a hard question and really make you all nervous.
No, I'll try to make them all easy.
Okay, is there an area in our school district where you would like to implement a specific change? And I'm going to say this because I have a child that's in special education. I really strongly believe there's some need of change in our special education program. There are different types, of course, we all know, of special education. There's children with physical and mental disabilities, and then there's children with some mental disabilities. And having 4 children and having a child that has some mental disabilities, that is really, sometimes I feel that they do not get the education that they deserve. And so that when they get out of school, they will be able to support themselves. And I think their hands are held too much, and they don't have the belief in themselves. So as a parent, I have to every day stress to my daughter how important it is and that she is smart and she can do whatever she sets her mind to. So that's where I feel.
All right. Now, so did you say you're a senior this year?
Yeah.
Sophomore. You still got a few more years to go. Don't worry. We'll be glad. We'll just be
4 or 5
pleased.
more.
We'll just be real pleased when you graduate. You know, there's so much more in this world. But I remember when I was in high school, and my graduation day, I'll never forget. I had 2 older brothers. My oldest one went in the same profession as my father. My second older brother went in the same profession as my grandfather. And when I graduated, I told my dad I wasn't ready for college yet, and I said, I'll probably go in the military. You're not going to be disappointed, are you? He said, no, son, we're just glad you graduated from high school. So, there's always a new beginning there. Okay, at this time, let's invite up Miss Lisa Miller-McNutt.
Hi, I'm Lisa McNutt, married to Al McNutt, born and raised here in Columbus. I have 2 children. I have a senior, and we're not going to talk about graduation because this mommy will start crying. I have another daughter that's a sophomore, and education is so important to me. I graduated from A&M in accounting, and have been at the First State Bank. Well, first I worked in Houston at one of the large banks downtown for 10 years, and now I've been at the First State Bank in an officer and a director. And I see that the kids are not, in my eyes, challenged enough in school, and I base that on what I used to do, and I think that they could learn how to study more. They don't know how to study. So that is my prime area that I would like to focus on, if you can focus on anything. But I have been involved here in Columbus in the Pilot Club, Chamber of Commerce for 2 terms, first the United Methodist Church finance chair. I formed Columbus Classics Volleyball, trying to help the youth of Columbus. We at one time were servicing 60 girls here in Columbus, keeping them involved, trying to keep them out of trouble. Not that you're going to get in trouble necessarily, but the more active I feel a child is, the better they are. So we currently still have Columbus Classics Volleyball that I manage and run, and and with Donna, I believe in the youth. They're our future, and we need to provide the best for them.
All right. You can catch your hand in the cookie jar.
Okay. How will your background and accomplishments complement the oversight of our school system? For one, I'm not going to say there's an oversight. But with my background in accounting and my accomplishments of working with all walks of life, I think that I'll be the first to say I have utmost admiration for teachers. When you have children and you see what they go through on a daily basis, they are commended for what they put up with, and I want to be a voice for them, and I hope that my college degree and being a mama and a working woman, that I can do that.
Thank you, Lisa. And our last candidate that will be listed on the ballot, Mr. Donnie Rollins.
I'm just going to go straight to the point. I got more than 3 minutes here. My wife Nora and I have called Columbus home for 37 years. I've been a business owner and local construction contractor since 1977. I opened my second business, Roasters Chicken and Grill, in 2004. My son graduated from Columbus in 1994, attended University of Houston, and graduated with a business degree, which I'm very proud of. I've also been a sports photographer for the Banner Fest for 20 years. I've served with the Columbus Chamber of Commerce. I've served with the Columbus Lions Club. And I also was appointed by Tom Hatcher, former Mayor Tom Hatcher, for the Midtown Park, in 1994 for the Midtown Park Committee, which I saw successfully through. I was also honored in 1998 by Sam Walton Business Leadership, which at that time was only 1,500 given out in the United States. I feel an effective school board plays an important watchdog role keeping the district on track, setting policies, and affecting your child and your school. The CISD board should set the vision and goals. The school district should hold the district accountable for all the results. The board should work as a team to adopt a fiscal sound district budget and focus on the best for all the students in the district. A successful educational program is a cornerstone of a fundamentally strong school district, which I think we need. In our schools, our teachers are one of the greatest resources that we have. We must provide them with an adequate budget. Like some others were saying, that I know I've talked to some others have gone down, have gone to Walmart and to buy their supplies to do their classroom. I have a problem with that. I have a problem with spending money that the teachers need. Their students, the kids see their parents and the teachers more than anybody else in a day. So they are very, very important to that the teachers are doing their job. It is a challenge for the teachers to affect the ability to retain the quality of teachers in our school. We must listen to our teachers and concerns, discuss how we spend our budget to provide the teachers with the best supplies that they need. I also feel the district needs to add classes to its curriculum to give students an option to be prepared for local trade careers and graduation. A little fiery here. Some students do not have any money to attend college. Some students aren't able to attend college. Some students are not made for college. So, and I think I feel with some other guy that's running here tonight, we have talked about this, that we need classes that we could have trade classes that when our students that cannot afford, cannot go to school, to college, can be prepared when they hit the real world when they graduate, so they walk the streets of Columbus. I see so much of that happening as a contractor when I'm riding in my truck, or at my restaurant when I see them walking by all day long. I think sometimes the school has given up on the kids. I think we can't give up on kids. I mean, that's our future. I also propose of adding 3 new officers to locate in each of our school district, each of our schools. I'd like to have one at the high school, one at the elementary, one at the junior high. Because we live in a different society than our parents live in, and I think we need to look at what's really around us. And I am going to add one more thing. One of my concerns, and I think it's like some of the others, is zero tolerance. We have to have zero tolerance. And one of the things I think we need to educate the parents on how we're going to do zero tolerance. Because we cannot have one person that commits which could be considered a major crime, and then have another person go out and commit a minor, just a little. I can't go into the details because I don't want to you pick out what I'm talking about. But
Zero tolerance means time's up.
I wish it would have been longer because I prepared for longer. I think there's a lot more that should be said, but it is what it is. Let me get my glasses for this. And I actually tried to cut a lot of this back. What are the 2 most important reasons that motivated you to file as candidate to our school board? That's a good question. I like that one. One is I don't think our kids are getting the education they need. I'm a little bit with Donna, and I'm also with her. I think that we can do a better job. We need to. The bottom line is kids. It's the bottom line. And what I want to do is when y'all go home tonight or ask yourselves, and the candidates or everybody in here, go home and ask yourself tonight, look in the mirror and ask yourself, what do we build our schools for? We build our schools for education. I love sports. I've covered sports from Kerrville to Waco for 20 years. Some of my drives have been 4 or 5 hours home. So I'm not against sports. I just think we need to look at a different direction what we're doing in school and look at more to education than we're looking at in sports. Because you're not going to make a living doing sports, but you'll make a living with education. Thank you.
Thank you, Donnie.
Thank you.
Thank God we don't all have to make a living in sports.
Well, the ones who do are blessed.
I also, I tell you, I feel I needed to, I've been off on the wrong track here I would be certainly unjustified in not mentioning someone who's been given many years of our service on the school board and was recently, last year, re-elected to another term. Dorothy, would you stand and let people recognize you? Dorothy Wastrick, and as a school board member, do you have any comments you'd like to make?
I'll pass. Leave that for the candidates.
I saved you for last. Okay. Does anybody else have any other things?
I have a comment.
Question or
I heard Rusty talk about FFA. I heard several of you talk about athletics. Not a single one of you talked about the core courses of science, technology, math, and English.
That was on my list. I just never got there.
Yeah. That was in the second 6 minutes, 30 minutes.
No, I think that, and I do want to say, I mean, there were many points I wanted to make.